Hello there, Wargamers! What you're about to see here is a repurposed Warhammer 40k battle report from the MiniWarGaming vaults because we want to make sure that both of our viewerships have new content. And that means in the vault, Dave and I have recorded a brand new battle report where he plays 1,000 Suns and I play the Space Wolves, but it's a remote style battle report. We use the power of the interwebs to make this possible, and various cameras and programs and all that good stuff. Now, if you're not a Vault member and you want to check out some fresh 40k content, you can click on the link down below and get yourself a 7-day free trial to the MiniWarGaming Vault, for it is what sustains us and allows us to continue doing what we do and making videos for you. In the Vault, we have a lot of other 40k content as well, including narrative campaigns and just hundreds of battle reports and, you know, reviews on books when they come out and just general knowledge of the game, all that kind of stuff. And you can always get your money back after 30 days if you aren't happy with the product. But we find most people are. Hopefully you guys enjoy this battle report, and as always, happy wargaming.
After the failed attempt of the Orks to breach the subterranean hives of Krieg, Colonel Obrecht and his guardsmen take a much-needed reprieve in the underground caverns. To their surprise, the Orks were but a pawn to Tzeentch's ultimate goal. Motep of the Thousand Suns opened a portal while Obercht rested, and unleashed his cult of the bestial horde upon the defenders of Krieg. All right, Josh, 1,500 points of Death Corps of Krieg. Why are you taking Death Corps?
Death Corps is just my favorite army. It's been a long time passion of mine, just building up a big army, and they just look great on the tabletop.
Makes sense to me. What are you bringing today?
So, starting with my Warlord, I'm bringing a Colonel Obrecht is a Marshal, and he's got a hotshot las pistol and a power sword.
Not too shabby, not too shabby. You know, he was pretty good at defending against the Orks. What else do you got?
So I'm also running for my second HQ. It's going to be a field officer, and he's running a hotshot las pistol and power sword as well.
So what kind of bonuses do hotshot las pistols get?
So hotshot las pistols are just like normal las pistols, so they're only strength 3, but they get AP -2.
Oh, so they're actually pretty good against Marines.
Very good against Marines, if they can get that hit in, of course.
Fair enough. So I notice you only have 2 HQs. Not too shabby for 1,500 points. Going to the troops, I see you have a lot. What do you got?
Yes, so I'm running 4 infantry squads. They're all identical. They have a boxcaster, a flamer, and then something cool that the Death Corps can do is that their sergeants can actually take hotshot las guns.
Oh, okay.
So that'll help out because they are also ballistic skill 3+.
Now going to your elite section, from what I'm somewhat familiar, engineers can be pretty gross.
They can be. Their combat shotguns, while close range, can be pretty effective. They have 2 different firing modes depending on what I want to shoot at. But what their real strength lies in is their acid gas bombs, which are deadly.
What do they do?
So they are AP -2, D3 damage each, and as long as you don't have the vehicle keyword, they always wound you on a 2+.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so you got a lot of boots on the ground. How are you getting them to where they have to go?
So I've got 2 Storm Chimeras, which are Death Corps of Krieg specific chimeras, and what they get is they get a autocannon on the turret, as well as a heavy flamer in the hull, and then a blade of armor and mine plow, which what that allows, if you shoot at them with a strength 4 or less weaponry, they get +1 to their armor save.
Oh, not too bad.
Not too bad. Also running a Centaur assault carrier, which is just a little 5-man transport, and that'll shuttle around Obrecht.
Okay, and is just Obercht that's going in there? I know I'm asking, but you never know, right?
You never know. You never know.
Fair enough. I'll take that. Now, I did notice you have some Sentinels.
So they're all equipped with heavy flamers. So their goal is to try to put out a little bit of a further screen and try to burn away some infantry before they tie down my MALCADOR.
All right, so now we're going into heavy support, something I've never seen before and never gone up against, and is the MALCADOR Defender?
Yes.
All right, so what does this big boy do?
So as you can see, it's got 7 heavy bolters on it, as well as a demolisher cannon. It's got some cool special rules, one of which is that it always it adds 1 to its Overwatch.
Oh wow, it's on 5s.
It's on 5s,
Wow.
but if you couple that with defensive gunners, it overwatches on 4s.
Oh wow, and that, with all that heavy bolter fire, you're gonna chew right through all of my infantry.
That's the plan.
Nice. All right, so there's something in heavy support I've never seen before. I have these tiny little cute vehicles, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
What are these things?
So those are CYCLOPS demolition vehicles. They're actually, the model is based off the epic Lehman Russ.
That's what I thought they were. I
Yeah.
thought you just brought little epic vehicles and little counts as, but they're actually...
They're actually a 40K unit,
Okay.
and I'm not going to spoil anything yet, but they are not to be underestimated.
Well, I mean, it says demolition, so I imagine these things blow up when they get close to me?
We'll have to see.
Fair enough. And last but not least, you have some Tarantula batteries. Now, why did you go with the heavy bolter and last cannon away?
It's just a little bit of mixed bag just to cover my bases, and I feel like it really fits the theme of the battle that we're doing today, so kind of trying to hold back the Horde from actually getting into the subterranean hives. So Vito, running a battalion, but it looks like you weren't able to fit everything into that battalion.
I couldn't know because of the silly demons. So I had to go ahead and take 2 auxiliary support detachments, which right off the gate, I'm going to be -2 command points, bringing me down to 6.
Okay. So who's the warlord leading this detachment?
It is going to be Motep. He's the one who's kind of sprung a little bit of a trap and is going after your warlord. He's going to be an exalted sorcerer on disc.
Nice. And what's the other HQ you have?
It's just a regular sorcerer on foot. It's his little brother. We'll call him that.
Mini-me.
Mini-me. He's aspiring to be what his older brother is. I guess it's the little disc. He's like, I guess what happened is during Christmas, the older brother, Motep, got a disc, and the little brother's like, I want one of those. I'm going to get one day. So
Had to go complain to Magnus, Daddy, I want one
I
too.
want one too. Exactly.
So I thought, being guard, I was bringing a lot of troops, but you definitely out-troop me.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm setting up my army, I'm like, I thought for sure you would have more. So I'm going to be taking 9 Rubric Marines, trying to keep things a little bit fluffy here. If I had one more, I could have taken a Soul Reaper cannon, which I never, right? And these are going to be acting kind of like Motep's bodyguard.
Okay. There's always a sorcerer in the squad, isn't there?
The aspiring sorcerer, yeah. He can always cast either Smite, or I can pick a power with them.
Okay. What do you know what power he has?
I haven't fully decided on what power, but I think I don't really know yet. I'm kind of tossing and turning. Usually I just like going with Smite. It's just quick and easy.
So, Zangors, is it?
Yes,
Zangors galore.
Zangors everywhere. Being part of the cult of the bestial horde is, going for lots of narrative here.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
first big block is 20 Zangors, all with their blades. So no shooting, well, very minimal shooting. And we're just gonna run up and try to get to your face.
I feel like probably enough will make it there to do something, being a 20-man blob.
I mean, we only have a 5-up invul. I have taken some spells that can mitigate that, try to get up to a 4-up invul, but I'm pretty sure you have some decent amount of shooting?
A little bit.
A little bit. Now wait, I think there's another question you want to ask me. I'm taking more Zangors. Now, obviously I wanted a little bit more variety, so I decided, I've never actually taken them with the bolt pistol and the chainsword, so I'm like, hey,
I've never seen
why not? Because a lot of people, they like the kind of close combatiness, if that's a word. I think it is. If it's not, it is now. So I really want to try and see what these guys can do. So a squad of 10, what you see is what you get with them.
Yeah, and that's good because I think most of the time when people bring Zangors, they leave them to close combat and they leave all the shooting to the Thousand Sons. But since you're not bringing that many Rubric Marines, I feel like a little bit more shooting will help. So it wouldn't be chaos without some chaos cultists.
You absolutely need some cultists in there, right? They worship the cult of the bestial horde. Maybe they want to get upgraded and they might turn to a goat man as well. So who knows what these aspiring cultists believe in.
So, fast attack. You have a bunch of Zangors and troops. It looks like you were able to fit more.
Even more Zangors. Well, these are the guys on this. So I'm taking Zangor Enlightened. I decided to take them just in case we decide to play Maelstrom. So they can go around and grab objectives. But even in Internal War, with a 5-up invul, 2 wounds, I believe they're toughness 4 as well, so they can fly around, grab objectives, and just sit on them. But with the fact that I have 2 squads with their bows, they can just pick off you know, a little bit of wounds here and there. So they're more of a distraction of anything.
Nice. And then there was a third squad, wasn't there?
There is. That third squad is going to be armed not the exact same way as they're going to have the spears. I've never actually taken them with the spears, so they're going to be more of a close combat. So they're going to act more as the hammer as opposed to my anvil. So I'm hoping that my big block of 20 will act as the anvil, and then the squad with the spears are going to act as the hammer. So I'm curious to see what these guys are going to be doing.
Nice. So Zangors and troops, Zangors and fast attack. Now we're on to elites?
Yeah, now we're going to go to elites.
Okay.
And we have a Zangor shaman.
Oh, more Zangors.
More Zangors. Now, the funny thing is, I absolutely hate Zangors. But you know what? I figured for the Cult of the Bestial Horde and having a little bit of fun with this narrative campaign, I thought, hey, let's go pure Zangors, or as many as that we can fit with. So we have a Zangor shaman. He's going to be kind of buffing up a lot of the, because he's a character. So he's going to be buffing the Zangors as much as he can, especially the fact that he's on a disc. So he's going to be buffing a lot of the Zangor Enlightened.
Nice. Now your second elite choice, what is that?
That is going to be my Hellbrute, or essentially the Dreadnought, but they just kind of rolled him over into a Hellbrute. He's going to be armed with the twin las cannon. Now I hate las cannons. I do, because I never roll well with las cannons. I usually roll a 1 in there for the hit, and then the other one is a 1 or a 2 to wound. So I just hate las cannons. They're the bane of my existence.
Well, luckily it looks like it has 2 of them, so hopefully double the lot.
Right, yeah, here's hoping.
So moving to heavy support, I don't think I've actually ever seen a Mutalith.
Yeah, the Mutalith Vortex Beast. This thing is actually pretty cool. It almost has the toughness of a Land Raider, but not quite. It has a ton of wounds, and it can do some really cool shenanigans in one of the phases where it actually gives us psychic powers and really cool things. So I'm really excited to see what it can do. It's more of a distraction of anything, and it's actually pretty decent in combat as well.
Okay. So moving into auxiliary, is it supports or?
Yeah, auxiliary support detachments.
Okay.
So the first one I decided to take was the Flamers. And the Flamers are really cool is that they have 12 inches with their range, minus 1 AP for 1 damage. And Flamers are pretty decent, especially that each one will have D6 shots.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are auto hits as most Flamers are.
Okay. And what's the second auxiliary detachment you brought?
That is going to be a squad of 6 Screamers of Tzeentch. Have you played against them?
I've seen them. I've never played against them. I heard they're fast.
They're very, very fast. I believe it's 14-inch move. They can fly. They have 2 wounds apiece with, I believe, a 4-up invol.
Oh,
minus 3 AP, 2 damage apiece. And I think they have 2 or 3 attacks apiece as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're really a lot of people underestimate them. So with this squad, I'm either going to go at you right away, or I'm going to use them to grab objectives as well.
Okay.
So they have a lot of versatility with them.
Yeah.
But once again, I have to pay the command points. I mean, a lot of people say you can try to summon them, but I like having them on the board more as a kind of a distraction unit as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. Josh and I have decided that we are going to be playing an internal war mission, and it is going to be frontline warfare. Both he and I have rolled off. I have chosen to be the attacker, and the deployment type that we are going to be using is Dawn of War, good old vanilla. The way frontline warfare works is we are fighting over 4 objectives, 1 in each of our deployment zone and 2 in no man's land. Victory conditions are pretty easy. There is take and hold. We score 1 victory point if we hold the objective in our own deployment zone. We'll be scoring 2 victory points if we score objectives in no man's land, and a whopping 4 victory points if we score the objectives in our opponent's deployment zone. Slay the Warlord, First Strike, and Linebreaker are also in effect. And we are all set up for frontline warfare. I've gone ahead and deployed a little bit like this. On my far left flank, we have some Zangor enlightened with bows, Screamers of Tzeentch Zangor with the chainswords, the big blob here of Zangors with my Warlord. I should note that for my Warlord trait, I'm going to be taking High Magister, which allows him to get +1 to all of his psychic tests. Additionally, my relic is going to be the Dark Matter Crystal, which allows anyone within 12 inches, as long as there are infantry, to teleport anywhere on the board more than 9 inches away from enemy units. I have my bodyguard here of 9 Rubric Marines with the TZAANGOR Shaman. Accompanied by the Hellbrute, we have more cultists hanging right on top of this objective. And down the line, we have the MUTALITH VORTEX beast with more TZAANGOR enlightened with their spears. More TZAANGORs enlightened. And then last but not least, we have the Flamers of TZEENTCH. And then on to the Death Corps of Krieg. Josh, tell us a little bit what you brought.
So have the Centaur Assault Carrier. It has nothing, it's just a single heavy stubber. The first Chimera holding a squad of guardsmen with another squad of guardsmen behind it. The MALCADOR Defender trying to hold down both lanes here. I'm going to move over, got some Sentinels ready to charge up the middle and shoot their flamers. On the objective, I got a 10-man guard squad, and then the Tarantula battery that will try to hold down the funneling. Coming around, there is the squad of the CYCLOPS demolition vehicles ready to go off their separate ways. And then over here, a 10-man guard squad, and then the second Chimera with the engineers and the field officer. Coming back over to here, he's hiding in this little crevice is my Warlord. He is going to have the Old Grudges Warlord trait, and his relic will be Kurov's Aquila. So, Old Grudges, target is going to be the 20-man TZAANGOR blob. For those of you that don't know what Old Grudges is, everything within 6 inches of my Warlord gets to reroll all failed to wound rolls against the Old Grudges target, being those TZAANGORs.
The Thousand Suns, being the attacker, gets to choose who goes first, and I think, being that they came out of the little warp portal, I'm going to go ahead and choose myself to go ahead and have the first turn. So let's go into Thousand Suns turn number 1. Starting off my movement phase, we're going to have the TZAANGOR Enlightened just go whoop, 12 inches right towards that little die. Screamers of TZEENTCH are up next. They can go 16 inches, but I'm going to go ahead and advance them for only a 1. Womp womp. Having the fly keyword allows them to get to right over there. These TZAANGORs will advance them, getting a 4, so they're just going to go 10 inches up the board. 10's actually not too bad. I'm just trying to close the gaps as quickly as I can. Time for the big blob of 20, advancing them. Only getting a 2, so I'm going to go 8. And then what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to move the entire army forward and show you guys where they end up at the end of my movement phase. Ciao! Time-lapse technology. So the majority of my army did advance. So you guys saw these guys advance. TZAANGORs advance. I just moved up with my Rubric Marines and I'm doing a little bit of shenanigans things where I wanted the majority of the not Rubrics, but my TZAANGORs up. So my 2 characters are as close as they can for pew, 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 magic. My cultists did not move, neither did my Hellbrute. I got a really good advancement with my MUTALITH VORTEX beast going 14 inches, so that's pretty good with him. And then my entire right flank advanced as well, except for the TZAANGOR with the spears. Going into the psychic phase, we're going to start with my Warlord, who's going to put prescience onto the Rubric Marines. Looking for a 7, I do get +1, and we get a 9. There is no way right now for Josh to stop this, so this squad of Rubric Marines are going to get +1 to hit. Next spell that he's going to cast is going to be Smite! Looking for a 5. Oh, and we successfully get it even with the +1. It's going to be on one of those Sentinels. They're equal distance, so let's do it with the top hatch, because the poor soul decided to look out of it for D3 mortal wounds, for a total of just 1 mortal wound. His brother is going to cast the Weaver of Fates on the big blob of TZAANGORs. Looking for a 6. Oh, and we fail with a 5. And now he's going to try for TZEENTCH's Firestorm. Looking for that sweet 7. Oh no! Why did I do that? Okay, so for 1 command point, I'm going to use Adepts of the Immaterium. For 1 command point, whenever I suffer Perils of the Warp, I do not suffer Perils of the Warp. It's pretty easy. It's from the new book. So yeah, it does go off, but I just don't suffer Perils of the Warp. Phew! TZEENTCH's Firestorm is going to be going onto that wounded Sentinel. I roll a 9 dice, and for every 6 up, you take a mortal wound. Sha 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 sha. Oh, you're going to take 2 mortal wounds.
All right.
Down to 3. The TZAANGOR Shaman doesn't have any really good targets for his psychic power, so he's going to go ahead and cast Smite. Looking for good numbers here. Oh! He's going to peril too! He's just, do I spend a command point to re-roll that? No, I'm spending 2 in command. He's going to take it, D3. Oh, he's going to take 1. But that will drop him down to 3 wounds remaining. The big blob of rubrics, they're going to cast Doom Bolt.
Boom!
Are we successful? And we are! Uh-oh! So that armored sentinel is going to take D3 mortal wounds, and then its movement is halved, and it cannot advance. For D3, Josh, it only has 3 wounds left.
Let's see.
Oh, it's only going to take 1. You know what, Josh? I'm going to get a little greedy right now.
All right.
Play TZEENTCH's game.
All
I'm
right,
going to spend a
let's see.
command point. To re-roll, hoping I get a 5 or 6. Oh, I got a 4, so 2. It's down to 1 wound remaining.
Almost there.
All right, that's not too bad of a psychic phase. Not too bad, not too bad. Now we're going to go into the shooting phase. On a 2+, does the MUTALITH VORTEX Beast activate?
Oh.
I guess you know what? He was moving so quickly when he advanced, he's like, nah, I'm good today. If that's the case, I guess you know what? The Rubric Marines, we're just going to fire our bolters and try for first strike against the Sentinel. Rubric Marines hitting on 2s because of prescience and re-rolling the 1s because of the Exalted Sorcerer. So, missing once. Looking for 5s to wound. Oh, we got 2 in there. He's going to be at AP2, Josh.
So 3 up goes to a 5 up. He needs to make both of these. No!
Oh! Does he explode?
On a 6.
No, he does not.
But that is first strike.
The Hellbrute now is going to go ahead and fire into that Sentinel. Looking for 3s to hit. Rerolling the 1s. This is why I hate last cannons. Rerolling the 1s because of the Sorcerer. Whoa! Oh, I hate last cannons. 3s to wound. I hate last cannons. Come on over to the TZAANGOR Enlightened where they're going to fire their bows. Yeah, because we have no real good targets. These guys are lower. So we're going to fire into the, is it Chimera?
Chimera. Storm Chimera.
We have 6 shots. 6s are auto wound. Oh, okay, all will hit. Strength 4 against toughness 7, looking for 5s to wound. All right, we have 3.
So the Death Korps Storm Chimera has a Blade of Armor and Mind Plow. What that gives it is if it's hit with a shooting weapon at strength 4 or less, it gets +1 to its armor save, which will counteract the AP1 of the bows. So just looking for 3 ups.
Taking 1. With Motep and his Zangors now on the field, their magic may be overwhelming, but Obrecht is now in a good position to bring on the pain as we go into Death Korps of Krieg, turn number 1.
Starting off in the movement phase, the engineers and field officer in the Storm Chimera are going to disembark, heading towards the Screamers of TZEENTCH. Next up, the Storm Chimera is going to fit into this little space left for him. Ending up just like that. Guardsmen following up suit. Just walking up, getting ready to pour in some las gun shots. Over to the Armored Sentinels, both of them are going to run up their 8 inches and try to see if they can't get into flamer range. And this one is heading right to there. This Storm Chimera is going to shuffle over this way, followed by these Guardsmen. Then moving back over here, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, but I'm going to, so these are placed as a squadron, but then they act independently. This first Goliath is going to advance up this little road right here, going an extra inch. Moving over just like so. Then onto this one, it will also advance an extra 5 inches. Ending up, whoop, just there. Last Cyclops to finish off the movement phase, going to advance 6 inches. And he's basically going to be following his friend right up to there.
It's incredible how fast they are.
Yes. That is it for the movement phase. Next, we will be going into the Death Corps shooting phase. Start of the shooting phase, the field officer is going to issue Bring It Down onto the Grenadiers. Next up, after that, they'll be playing a stratagem, Grenadiers. The Grenadier stratagem will allow every member in the squad in range to throw their acid gas bombs. So only the front 7 are in range to throw their acid gas bombs. The back 3 will just shoot their Krieg combat shotguns.
And those are going to be into the screamers?
Yes, into the screamers. Engineers hitting on 3s. Ooh, acid gas bombs always wound on a 2+, with Bring It Down, re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling these 2 1s.
Ooh, that's all but 1.
All but 1.
4 up invulnerable save. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
2 will go through.
D3 damage each, so the first one,
Kills
3.
it.
And then the next one,
Also kills it. 2 screamers going down.
next the Krieg combat shotguns in range, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Ooh, re-rolling the 1. 2.
4 up invul. Oh, and they make them all.
Ooh, nice. Next up, this guard squad going to pour their las guns into those screamers of Tzeentch. There are 2 in rapid fire range, and then the first one I'll be doing just the las guns. Las guns hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. Ooh, nothing. Next, a single shot from the sergeant with the hot shot las gun. He actually hits on 3s. Hits, but wounds on a 5.
Nothing.
Nothing. Moving over to the Chimera, he's going to put all of his shots into the screamers. Starting with the heavy flamer, D6 shots. Ooh, 6.
Josh, what do these screamers ever do to you?
Wounding on a 3.
4 up invul. Oh, only taking 1 wound.
Now for the autocannon, it did move, so hitting on 5s.
Nothing.
Then heading over to this sentinel, he is just in range to put his heavy flamer into those Zangors. D6 shots. 3. Wounding on 3s. 2.
5 up invul. Ooh, 2 go down.
Then this sentinel is going to fire his heavy flamer into the Mutalith Vortex Beast. D6 shots. 3. Wounding on 5s.
Ooh, 2.
Ooh, 2.
AP -1 for a 5 up save or 5 up invul. Oh, I'll get 1. Which brings the big beast down to 13 wounds remaining.
We're going to play a stratagem on the MALCADOR Defender, Vengeance for Cadia, which allows him to reroll all failed to hit and to wound rolls. So the 7 heavy bolters are going to open up into the Zangor mob, and the Demolisher Cannon is just in range of those rubrics back there, so we'll see if we can lob a shell. 7 heavy bolters hitting on 4s, rerolling everything. Here's the reroll. Wounding on 3s, rerolling everything. And here's the reroll for that.
All right, looking for 5s. Oh, that's actually a pretty decent save. But that is looking like 7 more Zangors are going to go down.
Demolisher Cannon up next. It is a squad of 5 or larger, so it gets D6 shots. Ooh, 6. Hitting on 4s, rerolling everything. Good thing we get that reroll. Okay. Wounding on 2s, rerolling everything. And the reroll.
5 up. Oh, okay. Only 1 dies.
Next up is the Tarantula Battery. Both of the heavy bolters are in sight and range of the Zangors, so they will fire there. And then the twin las cannon will fire at the Mutalith. Hitting on 4s with the heavy bolters. Wounding on 3s, getting the reroll because of my Warlord. And the reroll.
5 up. Oh, 3 more go down. Not looking good for the Zangors. They are just getting pummeled.
Now for the twin las cannons into the Mutalith, looking for 4s. Ooh, 1 hit. Damaging on a 3 up with a reroll. No reroll, I'm sorry. We'll use a command point to reroll that, looking for a 3. Guiding it.
That's gonna go right through my armor, so I just have a 5 up invul. Ooh, and I don't make that.
D6 damage. 6
Oh
damage.
no! Dropping the Mutalith down to 7 wounds remaining.
Over to the guard squad. These 5 over here are going to fire at these TZAANGORs, while these 4 fire at the Flamers. For the Flamers, they are just in rapid fire range, so looking for 4s. And wounding on 5s.
4 up, invulnerable save. Ooh, 1 takes a wound.
These 5 guardsmen into the TZAANGORs. Unfortunately, none of them are in rapid fire range, so just 1 shot apiece. Ooh, missing everything. Then over here to the Centaur Assault Carrier that's hiding out on the ridge. He's gonna fire his 3 little heavy stubber shots into these TZAANGORs. Looking for 4s. Nothing. Then onto this Storm Chimera, it is going to pour all of its shots into those Flamers. Rapid firing las gunner raise first, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s.
Nothing.
Nothing. D6 heavy flamer, 2 shots. Wounding on 3s. Ooh, nothing.
Hard to fight fire with fire,
It
man.
is hard. All right, so let's go try the autocannons this time. Moved, so hitting on 5s. Ooh, both hit. Toughness 4.
Against, yep.
All right, so wounding on 3s. Both wound at AP -1.
4 up invul. Ooh, and I make them both.
Almost forgot some of my boys in blue, so let's go over back to these guardsmen. They are just in range of those TZAANGORs over there, so let's see if we can put some more damage on them. 8 las gun shots, hitting on 4s.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, wow. And wounding on 5s. 3 wounds.
5 up invul across the board. Ooh, one
wow.
dies. Jeez, Josh, you have any more shooting to do?
That's it.
That's it.
I wish I had more.
We reduced that squad of 20 to only 6 left. No charges of any kind. So we're just going to do a quick little recap of objectives. You are currently holding this one, so you're going to score 1 right over here. I am holding mine on my end as well, so I'll score another 1. But I am holding this one and health, so I'll score 2 over here. And I did get 1 for first strike, bringing the current score right now to 4-1 in favor of the Thousand Suns. Colonel Obercht is giving Motep quite the defensive here, as these TZAANGORs are reduced to all but nothing. I actually do have to go ahead and give you a morale check, but I'm just going to go ahead and spend 2 command points to make them auto-passed, bringing me down to only 2 command points left as we go into Thousand Suns turn number 2. Starting out my movements phase, we're going to go with the TZAANGOR Enlightened with their spears. They are just going to go ahead and fly out their 12 inches. Boom, right to here. The gentlemen with the bows, they're going to fly right on over, and they're going to end up on this little rocky outcrop. Right to here. The Flamers of TZEENTCH flying 12 inches. They're going to go right on over and get danger close to the guardsmen. These TZAANGOR, they're just going to go there 6 inches, making this objective nice and happy. And the rest of them will just kind of follow suit. MUTALITH Vortex Beast, he's only going to go 6 inches now that he's in his middle bracket. And I do want to make sure there's an inch away from everybody. My used to be block of 20, they're just going to get a little danger close to the Sentinel, just going near 6 inches, as close as they can. And grab the objective. That's what they're going to do now. I think I'm going to come back to this here for a second. I know for sure my Rubric Marines are going to stay where they are. So I'm going to come back to what I'm going to do with my character. So we're going to go ahead, switch on over to the TZAANGORs, which I'm just going to have them go 6 inches forward, right to here. Boom, right over there. The Screamers of TZEENTCH, though, have a ton of movement, flying and moving 16. Oh, grab that guy. They're just going to go inside this little pocket like this. If I can maneuver them. Yeah, just like that. I have to make sure to bring the other guy around too. TZAANGOR Enlightened with their bows. They're just going to fly a little bit and get an inch away from the Chimera. TZAANGOR Shaman is going to go ahead and help support the TZAANGOR Shaman. TZAANGORs. So many TZAANGOR. My general will fly here. And you know what? I think everyone else is pretty happy where they are. I don't want him to move because then it's going to be -1. So I think I'm just going to keep everyone else where they are. Let's go right to the psychic phase. Once again, we're going to start with Prescience from my Warlord on top of the squad of Rubrics that did not move. Gets +1 to this. Ooh, getting a total of 7. So they, once again, are going to be hitting on 2s. Don't really want to use warp time on anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and smite. Closest target is going to be that sentinel. Looking for a 5. Oh, and we do successfully get it off. D3 mortal wounds. Ooh, for a total of 3. And yes, I did accidentally throw this one. This was the first one that I threw, but I caught this one. Everything's copacetic. I'm hoping that maybe the TZAANGOR Shaman can take it out with Smite, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw that. All right, Smite. Okay, and we do get it off with an 8. For a D3, looking there at 5 or 6, blow it up! Ah, cock die. Okay, getting 1.
Okay.
Rubrics are gonna try to finish it off with Doom Bolt once again. High numbers, high numbers, high numbers. Oh, that's gonna be a fail. Maybe the Sorcerer can do it with Tzeentch's Firestorm. Looking for that 7. Oh, and I fail by just 1. I have 2 command points left. I don't know if that's worth it. Nah, that's not worth it. He's got the Weaver of Fates left, or I can do a Smite on something. You know what? I think I'm gonna try Smite. You know what? I lied. Weaver of Fates on these TZAANGORs. I think that's a little bit more. I need a little bit more resilience. Does it go off? It does indeed go off, so now the TZAANGORs have +1 for their invuln. And that's it for the psychic phase. We're gonna go on to the shooting phase for the Mutalith Vortex Beast. On a 3+, because he is wounded now, he will activate. Oh, he does activate! I can do something with him. So the way the Mutalith Vortex Beast is, he's got a chart, and I can either choose 1 power, and that's the power that goes off, or I can randomly determine what powers I'm going to do, and I can do 2 powers. Now, I definitely want this Sentinel gone, so I'm going to choose 1 power that I absolutely want, and it's going to be the Beam of Unreality. The way this works is I roll 3 dice, and for every 4+, the closest enemy model will take a mortal wound. Now, I positioned this guy equal distance apart from both Sentinels, just in case this power went off and for charging purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this Sentinel that's already wounded to see if I can get this off. 3 dice, 4 ups. Oh, he's just going to take 1 mortal wound. He drops down to 1 wound remaining. All right, Hellbrute, you have a job. We are going to fire everything that we have into this Sentinel. Go, go, las cannons that do nothing. See? 3s to wound with the las cannon. See? Oh. I hate las cannons. Not worth their points. Yeet. All right, Marines, you have a very, very special job. These 2 Marines are going to try to take out that 1 Sentinel. Everyone else is going to fire into those Guardsmen. Starting with the 2 Marines, they did not move, so they have 2 shots apiece. Hitting on 2s because of prescience. Ooh, they all hit. I need that roll again, as I need 5s to wound. Oh, I just have that 1. AP2, this could do it.
5 up save.
Oh, I got him!
Does he blow up on a 6?
Oh no, the one guy, the champion of the 1,000 Suns. And everyone else hitting on 2s, re-rolling the 1s because of the Exalted Sorcerer. There's another one. Looking for 3s to wound. So Josh, all of these are at AP -2.
The Flamer's alive. Oh, and there they all go.
We're gonna come on over to my right flank here, where the TZAANGOR Enlightened are gonna be firing into the Guardsmen.
Quick, Guardsmen, pull out your shovels and build a trench and take cover. This will give them +1 to their armor saves.
We have 6 shots, hitting on 3s. 3s to wound. 2 wounds.
It's normally AP -1, but with take cover, it's just my normal save of 5 up. Ooh, 2 die. There they go.
The Flamers of Tzeentch are gonna give him the hot fire. 3d6 flame shots. Oh, okay, not too bad, 9. Strength 4 against toughness 3, looking for 3s to wound.
5 up to save. Hey, made a couple. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Coming all the way back now to my left flank, where the TZAANGOR Enlightened with their bows are gonna fire into the Engineers. Hitting on 3s. Oh, that 1/6 is an auto wound. 3s to wound. 2.
Carapace armor with the -1 AP will take him to 5 up saves. Ooh, made 1. Doop, doop.
Tzaangors and their pistols firing into the exact same squad. Looking for 4s. 4s to wound.
Wow. 4 up Carapace saves. Making 2. And there goes 3 of them.
That's all I have for the shooting phase. We're just gonna go right to the charge phase where we have a lot of them. We're gonna start with these Tzaangors who do not want this Chimera to shoot anymore. So let's go ahead and charge it.
Overwatching with everything, we'll start with the heavy flamer, D6 shots. Getting 5. Wounding on 3s.
5 up info! Ooh, 2 will die.
The Las gonna raise next, hitting on 6s. Getting 1, looking for a 5. Ooh, getting it.
5 up. Nothing. Oh, 1 dies.
And the autocannon looking for 6s. Nothing.
Charge distance. Oh, they really made it. Oh, these are going to be some hungry, hungry goats. I'm trying to think of really funny goat puns, but I can't at the current moment. So we're just going to try to stay enjoy. So, yeah. And then we'll show you guys where they end up. Next, we're going to go with the Tzaangors with the spears. They're going to go ahead and charge the Chimera as well. No Overwatch, so their charge, oh, that's pretty good, a 7. So the furthest guy with his flying, he's just going to go here, and this guy go, and this guy will go. The Flamers of Tzeentch are going to charge these 3 guardsmen. Let us see whose fire reigns supreme.
Flamer! 1 shot.
Toughness 4.
Wounding on 4s. Does wound.
4 up invul. Oh no! Back to the warp with you.
And now 2 las guns. Nothing.
And their charge. Yeah, they're going then. Boom. Got him. Going over here, the Mutalith Vortex Beast is going to charge the Sentinel.
Burn, baby, burn. 5 shots. Wounding on 5s. Ooh, 2 damage.
5 up. Oh, he's going to take 2. Puts him down to 5 wounds, but his charge will be a 4. That is enough. Right to there. And then we're going to come on to my left flank where the Tzaangors with the chainswords and pistols are going to charge the Grenadiers.
Engineers.
Engineers, that's the ones.
Looking for 6s with their shotguns. 1. Looking for a 3. Ooh, wounds.
5 up. Oh, 1 will die. And their charge. Oh, 10 inches. They are hungry, hungry hippos. Oh, goats, but you know what I mean. Screamer of Tzeentch are going to be charging the guardsmen. Or, yeah, guardsmen and your, is it marshal?
Field officer.
Field officer, go, right.
Starting with the flamer in this squad, D6 shots, 2 shots. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
4 up invul. Oh, 1 takes a wound.
8 las guns, rapid firing 6s. Hey, quite a few. And now looking for 5s. Nothing. Hot shot las gun on the sergeant. Nothing. And then the hot shot las pistol from the field officer. Nothing.
The charge. Ooh, 8, that's enough. So this one is going to go nom 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 nom. And everyone else is going to go nom nom. Oh, nom nom. I'm trying to make a joke, Screamer. You know the joke. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. You know what? I really think I just want to tie up this Chimera. So we're going to go ahead with the Tzaangor Enlightened and just go ahead and charge it. Soak up that Overwatch.
We'll start with the autocannon since they're 2 wounds each, hitting on 6s. No, nothing. Heavy flamer, 1 shot. Looking for 3s. Ooh, 1 damage.
5 up invul. Ooh, takes a wound. We'll put it on John. Never liked John. The Mutalith Vortex Beast is going to go ahead and attack first. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Oh, okay, I'll take that. Looking for 3s to wound. Only getting 1.
Goes to a 5 up. Hey, he's okay.
Funny enough, I totally should have rolled for my charge. Okay, 5 inches, more than enough. At least I got in. Since we're here, may as well attack over here. We'll just go with the Tzaangors with the chainswords into the engineers. We are going to be hitting on 3s with the Zangors. I've got 3 extra there for 6 for death to the false emperor. So 1 extra. Looking for 3s to wound.
Looking for 4s. Oh, all right.
That's pretty good. Only 3 will die.
Doot, doot, and doot.
The Screamers of Tzeentch are going next. Each one has 3 attacks, so I'm going to be putting these 3 into the Guardsmen, and this one is going to try and kill your Marshal. Marshal? No.
Field officer.
Field Officer. I don't always mix those two up.
Yeah, I have to apologize because I know people are going to point out that is the Marshal Mini, but for this game, he is a field officer.
Going into the Guardsmen, weapon skill 4. Oh, that's that. Wow. Screamers get +2 strength, so they're going to be at strength 6, looking for 2s to wound. Oh, that's all but 1. They are going to be at AP 3 for 2 damage apiece. So that just goes ahead and kills 7 of them. 7. But the ones that matter into that Field Officer, hitting on 4s. All right, we got 2 in there. I'll take that. Looking for 2s to wound. Ooh, AP 3.
5 up in bone. Oh, he makes 1.
He'll take 2 damage.
Dropping him down to 1 wound left.
Zangor and Lightning are up next, going into the Chimera. Hitting on 3s. Ooh, horrible roll. 5s to wound. Nothing. Maybe the discs can do a little bit better on 3s. Getting 2. 5s to wound. Nothing. And then we swing on over to the right flank. Zangor is now piling into this Chimera, which can go ahead, pile on, and get them, boys. There we go. Hitting on 3s. We got 3 death to the false emperor, so we'll just roll those. Converted 2. 5s to wound.
Thanks to a blade of armor and mind plows, I get +1, which will counteract the -1, so looking for 3s. Only failing 1.
Zangor and Lightning with the spears are going next. They're going to be hitting on 3s. Oh, get 1 death to the false emperor. Nice. They do get +1 strength, but we're still looking for 5s to wound. Oh, okay, I'll take 2.
The blade of armor won't help me here, so looking for 4s. Ooh, failed both of them.
Ooh, and the turn that they charge, they cause 2 damage on their spear, so that's 4 damage.
Ouch. Going down to 4 minus whatever that number is.
5 wounds. I think we both apparently can't do math. 5 wounds remain. Flamers are going next. They don't do combat. Hitting on 5s. Getting 1. 3s to wound. No, they do not do the combat.
We'll start over here with the 3 guardsmen piling in. They're going to put their 3 measly attacks back into the flamer. Death Corps infantry squads actually have weapon skill 3+, so they are looking for 3s. Got 2.
Very adept at using shovels.
And then toughness 4, so looking for 5s. Nothing. The Chimera just got bracketed enough to where it decreases his attacks. We'll put his D3 attacks into the Zangors. D3 attacks. 3. 6s to hit. Nothing. Heading over to the Sentinel is going to try to kick this Mutalith in the shin. With his 1 measly attack, we're looking for 4. No. And now over to here, we got some engineers. They're going to put their attacks into those Zangors. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 5s. Nothing. Storm Chimera is going to try to get that last wound off that Zangor. Looking for 6s. No. Now we're going to go over to the field officer. He's going to put his power sword into those screamers.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? They do scream. They're screaming screamers, so why not?
3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Getting 2. And wounding on 5s. Getting 1.
4 pinball. Ooh, it made it.
And these last little guardsmen putting their last ditch attacks into those screamers. Looking for 3s. Ooh, wounding on 5s.
Nothing.
Going on to the morale phase for the Death Corps. It is going to be a rough one. So let's start with these guys over here. They lost 7. Their leadership, I believe, 7. So they're losing D6. And they're gone. Run away! Now over to these Death Corps engineers. Special rule, they have what is called the Cult of Sacrifice. What that means is they get to ignore models lost in the shooting phase when taking morale. So they only lost 3 this turn, rolling a d6, 4, 5, 6, 7. That just passes. So I would normally have to take leadership, but all the models, all the 9 guardsmen were lost in the shooting phase, so they are okay thanks to Cult of Sacrifice, as well as these guardsmen, since none were actually lost in the assault phase.
Morale for me, I lost 3 of them. So on a 5-up, I can lose some. Ooh, I'll lose 1. That is actually pretty interesting. So you know what? Oh no, I'm gonna lose this guy here. Turn 2 for the Thousand Suns. I think it was pretty eventful. All of my charges were successful, and the noose is slowly being tightened. But can the Death Corps come out from the clutches of defeat? Let's find out as we go into Death Corps of Krieg. Turn number 2.
All right, big turn for the Death Guard. We're gonna need some really good rolls this turn to try to come back from that blow at Tzeentch's fist. So let's get ready for a bunch of fallbacks. These guys falling back 6 inches. Whoop. Big thing when that TZAANGOR fled from morale, he created a little bit of an opening for the guys inside the Chimera to jump out, popping out of the transport like so. This Sentinel is going to disengage and charge forward, ending up there. This Cyclops is going to worm its way in here and try to get in a good spot to destroy itself. Lone Flamer guy is going to run up, try to flame the Mutalith. Then over to here, the field officer is also going to disengage up into the rocks. And he's gonna get up to there. Followed in kind by these Death Corps engineers who are gonna end up on this ledge right here. Whoop, and whoop. And this Cyclops is gonna worm its way right into here. And I think this Chimera is gonna have to make a sacrifice for the guard. Ending like so.
It's almost like it gave birth.
Couple orders, or just one order to start the game off. He is going to issue onto them, get back in the fight, so they get to shoot as normal. Starting off the shooting phase, this Cyclops is going to blow itself up. We're looking for a high roll on its range. Hoping for a 5.
Oh, just a 1. You want to spend a command point for a reroll?
Definitely have to. Reroll.
Oh, a 2, no.
So everything within 2 inches gets hit with 2d6 attacks.
Oh no.
Wow.
That's unfortunate.
Very. On the Mutalith, it is strength 9, so looking for 3s. Only 1 at AP minus 2.
5-up invul. Oh, I'm so sorry.
TZAANGOR is wounding on 2s. 1.
They're the ones that do have +1 to their invul, so they're gonna have a 4-up. 1 will die. We'll have this guy over here. Go. No, stop. All right, you know what? Barrel of Zangors. We'll put this guy back.
And that's him. All right, let's see if this one has some higher grade explosives in it. Let's go ahead and roll that range, D6 inches.
Oh no, not 1 inch. No.
So not only does it not hit any of his units, but it will only hit my Chimera.
No.
Feels bad, man. 2d6.
No! Yes, Tzeentch's plan is working.
Wounding on 3s because these are strength 9, AP minus 2 auto hits. Oh, there was a 2 in there. Wounding 5-up saves. D3 damage each.
Oh.
Okay, so only 4 damage.
You know, I don't even have to play this game if you want.
Yeah, no, it's okay. If you want to go ahead and back up, I'll just kill myself. dropping him down to 5. All right, y'all. So each of those is 60 points each, right?
Yeah.
So for 120 points, I did 4 points of hull damage to my own tank,
Yeah.
and I killed a 8-point model.
That's, well, if our math is correct, you carry the 3, you add a 7, and you take away the H. Totally worth it.
Totally worth it. Best 120 points I ever spent. All right, guys. The bar isn't set too high, so let's get this really kicked off with 2 shotguns into those Zangors. Hitting on 3s.
Okay.
And wounding on 4s.
2.
Ooh,
Oh, 1.
only 1.
Fight up, Invol. No, 1 will die.
Over to here next, we're gonna have the Tarantula battery fire. Both heavy bolters are gonna go into those Zangors, and then the twin las cannon will try to finish off that Mutalith. 2 twin heavy bolters hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, rerolling everything because of old grudges. Okay, so 3 wounds.
4 up, Invol. 1 will die. Slowly but surely, but maybe not enough.
Twin las cannon into that Mutalith, hitting on 4s. Okay, 2 hits. 3s to wound. All right, 1 wound. And unlike Vito, I like las cannons.
Yeah, here's your last cannon. 5 up. There's your last cannon. There's your
Let
last
me
cannon.
have this one thing. All right, Flamer, I believe in you. You can do it.
He's the hero of the Imperium.
Oh, 4 shots. Damaging on 5s. 1.
4 up armor. He's good.
Starting with the guys who disembarked this turn, they're going to put all of their shots into the Flamers of Tzeentch. Flamer getting 6 hits. Toughness of the Flamers is 4, I believe, so wounding on 4s. 3 wounds.
4 up, Invol. Ooh, that's gonna kill 1 right out.
Trusty lasguns hitting on 4s. And wounding on 5s. Ooh, only 1.
4 up. Ooh, he'll take another wound. Down to 1 wound left.
Sergeant with the hotshot lasgun, can he do it? Hitting on 3s. Ooh, 2 hits. And wounding on 5s. 1 wound at AP -2, but demon.
All right, my Daemon. Oh, he made it.
The Centaur is gonna try really hard with his little heavy stubber into that Flamer. Hitting on 4s.
Ooh, getting 1.
Only 1. Strength 4, toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. It wounds.
This may be enough. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Last but certainly not least is the MALCADOR Defender, and of course we are going to play Vengeance for Cadia. Alright, so target priority. 2 of the heavy bolters are going to fire at that Flamer of Tzeentch. Everything else is going to fire at those Rubric Marines. I cannot have them staying around for too much longer. Alright, the heavy bolters into the Flamer, hitting on 4s, rerolling everything. Here's that reroll. Ooh, they all hit. Wounding on 3s, rerolling everything again. With the reroll, everything wounds.
4s. Oh, and that's gonna take the Flamer out.
Heavy bolters into those Thousand Suns rubrics, hitting on 4s. With the reroll. Ooh, there we go. And wounding on 3s, rerolling everything. And that reroll. Ooh, very good. Only 1 misses.
With my all is dust special rule, I will still go to a 3-up save. So we will lose a total of just 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Now for the Demolisher Cannon, since it all goes off at the same time, there was more than 5 models in the squad, so D6 shots, 5 shots. Hitting on 4s with rerolls. Reroll. Hey, they all hit. And 2s with the reroll.
5-up invulnerable save. Oh, that is bad. 3 will die. All that remains is the aspiring sorcerer.
That brings us into the charge phase, which, despite against my better judgment, I really need to keep doing damage. So I'm gonna have this squad that disembarked. They're gonna charge those Zangors. Here's that charge. 4 inches. That'll be more than enough. Going to there, going to there, there, All right, 11 attacks going into those Zangors, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5-ups, getting 3.
5-up save. Oh, 1 dies.
I'm gonna jump over to here, try to do 1 more wound on these Zangors before they can put some more damage into my Chimera. Getting D3 attacks, 3. Only hitting on 6s though. Oh, getting 2. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, no AP.
5-up save. Hopefully these Zangor Enlightened don't die. Oh, that is enough to kill one. Next is going to be my pick. I'm going to use my Zangors with their close combat blades. These 3 will go into the guardsman who just recently charged, and then these 2 will go into the Chimera. Hit it on 3s. Oh, 1 for death to the false emperor. And 3s to wound.
3 6-up saves. Oh, nothing.
And then 2 Zangors into the Chimera on 3s. 1 more for death to the false emperor. Oh, nice, okay. 5s to wound. Getting only 1.
6-up save. No. Chimera putting his attacks back into those Zangors since they are the softer target. D3 attacks. 2. Hitting on 6s. Ooh, nothing.
Zangor Enlightened are going to put all of their attacks into the Chimera. Hitting on 3s. I rolled off camera for Death of the False Emperor and I got 1 more. Looking for 5s to wound. Getting only 1.
Going to a 4-up. Ooh, no. That drops him down to 3.
We're going to swing on over right over here where we have the Zangor Enlightened attacking the Chimera. Hitting on 3s. 1 more for Death to the False Emperor.
2 more.
Oh, 2 more. Yeah, you're right, actually. Hey, mattered for 1. 5s to wound. Oh, that's actually pretty good. For 4.
No AP on those weapons, and they're strength 4, so I actually get a 2-up save.
Take 2.
Dropping him down to 3.
And then we have the discs. Nothing. And the Zangors with their bolt pistols and chain swords. They did pile into it, so hitting on 3s. 2 deaths to the false emperor. 5s to wound.
All right, at strength 4, get a 2-up save. 30's all good. These guardsmen over here lost 3, so they do need to take morale on a 5-up. Someone will run. Oh, 2
more are going to be running away. My Zangors from here, I lost 2, so on a 6-up, someone's running. Nope, they are okay. As for my Rubric Marines, the only aspiring sorcerers left on a 2+. He's running. Oh yeah, goodbye aspiring sorcerer. Bye Felicia. In terms of points, Josh will be scoring 1 victory point for holding this objective. I will be scoring 2 for holding this one, another 2 for holding that one, and 1 for holding that objective right over there. Bringing the current score right now to 9-2 in favor of the Thousand Suns. Funny that it's Tzeentch's number. We are currently trading blows back and forth, but can this turn seal the deal and put the nail in the coffin? We shall see as we go into Thousand Suns turn number 3. Starting with my movement phase, the Mutalith Vortex Beast is just going to go 6 inches forward. Right to there, getting closer to that objective. Seeing an opening now, my Screamers are going to go ahead and fly 16 right to the objective. So we're going to grab him, whoop, and he's going to fly to here, and the rest of them right to there. My Warlord is going to fly on over onto his disc and end up right over here. Shaman is going to do the exact same, whoop, right to there. I think if we go over into my right flank, these Zangor Enlightened, they're kind of nervous about how this objective is going, so we are just going to fly on down, not retake it, but secure it, and then fire our bows. Alrighty, now it is time for the psychic phase. We are going to start with my Warlord, and we're going to cast Warp Time. and we're going to be putting it onto the Mutalith Vortex Beast. Now the range of all 1,000 stun spells get to increase by 6. So normally you need to be within 3 inches for warp time, but because you get an extra +6, you actually get 9 inches on warp time. Looking for a 6! Ooh, and we do get it successfully with an 8 because of the +1. It means the Mutalith Vortex Beast moves an extra 6 inches closer. And for his last spell, he's going to go ahead and cast Smite. Smite? Yeah, we'll go ahead and cast Smite. Closest target being this Sentinel. And we do actually successfully get that off. For D3, for a total of just 1 mortal wound.
Dropping him down to 5.
His younger brother will go ahead and cast Smite. Whoa! Oh, okay, we do get it off. For D3, for another 1. You know what? I only have 2 command points left. I'll go ahead and spend 1. Never re-roll a 1 into a 1.
Dropping him down to 4. And now I forgot it all the way up to this point, but Kurov's Aquila on a 5-up? No.
For his last spell, he'll do Tzeentch's Firestorm onto the same target. 7. Oh, it's a 10. I roll 9 dice, and for every 6 up, take a mortal wound. Take 2 mortal wounds.
Dropping him to 2.
The last spell that I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and cast Smite, I suppose, from my TZAANGOR Shaman, closest target being him. Do we get it off? Oh, and we do. For D3, oh, 3. Does he explode? Oh, he does not, but that is the last dance of the Sentinels. That's all I'm going to do for my psychic phase, or that's all I can do. So start of the shooting phase, does the Mutalith Vortex Beast, does it activate on a 3+? Oh, it does not. Hellbrute is going to target one of those batteries, or I guess it's a squadron of batteries. Yeah, let's go for it. Hitting on 3s. Hey, finally, 2 hits. 3s to wound. Ooh, we got 2. AP 3, no save. For D6, we've got to roll them 1 at a time. The first one, it takes 1 wound. And then the second one takes 5 wounds.
That will be enough to kill.
Oh yes, which one do you want to take?
This heavy bolt. Yeah, heavy bolter.
TZAANGOR Enlightened over here. I thought I could see over and see these guys, but they're a little tiny. So because the tank is actually blocking. So we'll just pump some meaner shots into the MALCADOR. Hitting on 3s. Oh, that is awful. Toughness 8, 6s to wound. Oh, and we got a wound.
4-up save. He's good.
These Angors have pistols, so they're just going to fire their pistols into the Chimera. On 3s. Oh, no, 4s actually. And 5s.
6s.
6s, oh yeah, you're right. Yep, I stand corrected. Strength 3. Time to make some charges. We're going to go with the Mutalith Vortex Beast, who's going to go ahead and charge these 2 batteries.
Twin las cannons hitting on 6s. Double hit.
Okay.
Wounding on.
Oh! We got 2 wounds! Well, I didn't see that coming. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use the new limited edition MiniWarGaming purple dice over here with the gold, because these are pretty tight. And I'm looking for 5-up invols. Okay. You'd actually buy these at the store. Nice, plug in there. Okay, 5-up invol. Oh, that's unfortunate.
2d6 damage.
Oh, 5!
Just enough.
Come on! And that is enough to take out the Mutalith Vortex Beast. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, if that's the case, Screamers of Tzeentch then are going to go into these 2 guys. All right, doing that again.
We'll do the heavy bolter first. Getting 1. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
4-up invulnerable save. Made it.
2 las cannons. Oh, exact opposite.
Quite the opposite. All right, Screamers, in they go. Oh yeah, 10 inches. They can go wherever they want. Boom, ending up just like so. That's all the charges I'm gonna make. We have the Screamers, 3 attacks each, hitting on 4s. +2 strength, so we're strength 6 against toughness 5, looking for 3s to wound. Oh, okay, I'll take that. So all of these are going to be at -3 AP for 2 damage apiece. So that's kill one.
Kill one and bring this one down to 3 wounds left.
I'm going to swing on over to this side where 3 Zangors are going to fight against these guardsmen, and the other 2 will put their attacks into the Chimera. Hitting on 3s. Oh, we have 2 Death to the False Emperor. 3s to wound.
Hitting on 6s. Hey, so 4 die. Bringing him down to 1 guy left.
And the 2 attacking the Chimera on 3s. 1 for Death to the False. Okay. 5s to wound. Oh, okay.
Wow. So with the AP -1 and a Blade of Armor, it's a 3-up save. Makes them all the way over to here. We will put this Chimera's D3 attacks into these Angors. D3, 2, hitting on 6s. Ooh, getting 1. And wounding on, that'll do it.
5 up. Oh, 1 will die. We'll retaliate back with the Zangors with their chainswords. Hitting on 3s. 3 Death to the False. And 5s to wound.
2-up save on these. Making them all. Jump all the way over to here, where this Chimera will put his D3 attacks into those Angors. D3 attacks, 2. Hitting on 6s, nothing.
Zangor on discs, may as well try to maybe finish it off. We'll see. Hitting on 3s. Oh, we got 1 for Death to the False Emperor. Whoa. Nope. 5s to wound. Getting only 2.
3-up save. Ooh, failing 1. Dropping him down to 2.
We do have 3 attacks with the discs on 3s. Okay, 1 for Death to the False. Okay. 5s to wound though. Oh, 2.
2-up save. Making him.
We do have 1 more attack that we have to do, and it's these 2 Zangors on discs going into the Chimera. On 3s, 1 for Death to the False. We have 2, and then looking for 5s, just 1.
Making it.
And the discs on 3s, Death to the False. Right, we have 3, 5s to wound, 1. 2 up, and you make it.
Into the morale, I lost 3 guys over here, and he is not the sergeant, so he's only leadership 6. He's okay.
The Thousand Suns have made a pretty decent push into the middle of the board now that all the Sentinels are gone. I wasn't expecting that to happen to the MUTALITH Vortex Beast, but now the MALCADOR can do whatever it wants as we go into Death Corps of Krieg, turn number 3.
All right, this Cyclops has a nice juicy opening right into the middle of all of these characters and the objective. So let's see if he can do some damage. Moving like so he's more than an inch away from all enemies. This guardsman is just shuffling up a little bit, staying outside of 6-inch range. This Chimera has some range to back up, so he will try to get out of combat. Let's see if he can get away. 4 inches. I think that'll do it. Warlord, who's hiding down in here, he's going to advance out, going 10 inches. Moving 10 inches up to here, staying outside of 6 inches of the Cyclops. That's it for movement, so let's go into the shooting phase. Let's start off with the big ticket item. Let's see if this Cyclops can do some damage. Make my day. 5 inches. Everything gets hit with 2d6 hits. Ooh.
For 3, do you want to spend a command point?
I'm definitely going to command point that one. For 6. Going into the Zangor Shaman. Wounding on 2s, because it is strength 9. Ooh, 8 wounds at AP -2.
Ooh, 5 up and vulnerable, he's dead. Yep, he is going down.
Next 8 into the Sorcerer, wounding on 2s. Ooh, for 7.
5 up save to save my Warlord. Ooh, he's gonna take 3 wounds. He's alive. But you know what? Oh, these are D3 damage,
These are
right?
D3 damage each.
You know what? I'm gonna spend my last command point. I think I have 2 left. Whatever, I'm gonna spend a command point to reroll one of these. Ooh, he's gonna take 3.
3d3 damage. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that is more than enough, and that is Warlord kill.
And then 8 into these Zangors. Wounding on 2s. For 7.
5 up involve. Ooh, that's actually a really good roll.
Yeah,
So
only
three will die. So, bam, 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 bam.
Then he goes away.
Finally, one is worth its points.
Yes. Now that happened at the start of the shooting phase, since this both happens at the same time, these guys are going to is going to issue orders. He's going to issue move to this guardsman and to himself. This guardsman moving 6 inches plus 2 for 8, getting him up to right there. And my warlord advancing, ooh, plenty, to get him to there. For, remembering that command point he spent for Kurov's Aquila? No. Vengeance for Cadia on the MALCADOR defender. And he really needs to do this. He's going to put all of his shots into these Screamers of Tzeentch. If you're wondering why he's able to fire into these guys while they are in combat with the Tarantula battery, the Tarantula batteries actually have a special rule which says not only can they fire while engaged, but other units can fire at units engaged with the turret themselves. 7 heavy bolters hitting on 4s, rerolling everything. With the reroll, ooh, very good. And wounding on 3s, rerolling everything. With the reroll.
4 up involve. That is going to be the entire squad of Screamers wiped out.
Now this Tarantula battery will fire into the last TZAANGOR. Hitting on 4s. Ooh. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
5 up. Oh, made them both.
2 shotguns into these TZAANGORs. Hitting on 3s. Ooh. And wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
5 up. Also made it.
The field officer is going to throw a frag grenade into these TZAANGORs. D6 shots. Ooh, only 1. Hitting on 4s. Wounding, hitting, and wounding on 4s as well. And it wounds.
5 up. Made it.
Going for the long shot, this Centaur is going to fire all the way over at this TZAANGOR. Heavy stubber, hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits. And wounding on 4s. Ooh, no wounds.
All right, we have some combat to do. This is gonna take forever. So you know what? We're gonna roll it off camera. We're gonna see if something might happen. All right, so we had the TZAANGORs go. They went ahead and killed that one lone guardsman. Chimera did absolutely nothing. And then we had the rest of the 4 TZAANGORs go into the Chimera. And funny enough, they did enough damage to kill the Chimera. Does the Chimera explode?
Yes!
The Chimera explodes. That's hilarious. So the explosion is going to hit the TZAANGOR Enlightened, my TZAANGOR, the TZAANGOR Enlightened, and your own guardsman. Where would you like to start first?
We'll start with the guardsman. Oh, killing them all.
They're wiped out.
On to these guys. Also 3.
Jeez. He's dead, and then he'll take a wound. The regular TZAANGORs will take D3.
What?
For just 1. What was this guy here? And then the TZAANGOR Enlightened on the objective. Oh, they'll just take 1.
In a big explosion, the Chimera did more in death than it ever could in life.
We just have morale to do with this one TZAANGOR on a 5+. He's running.
Oh!
Yeah, he's gone. Doesn't want to be here anymore. In terms of objectives, Josh, you're going to score this one over here because your Tarantula is currently holding it. You will be scoring the middle for another 2, and you will be scoring 1 for Slay the Warlord.
Yes.
I will continue to hold this objective over here for 2, and I will hold this objective with all my cultists for another 3. Bringing the current score right now to 12-6 in favor of the Thousand Suns. As the game continues, it gets more and more bloody. You took my Warlord, Josh, but my Sorcerer, his younger brother, has eyes on your Warlord. Let's go into turn 4, and let's see if we can do tradesies. My lone Sorcerer movement is going to go 6 inches. Boom, right to that objective. The TZAANGOR Enlightened are going to go 12 inches, measuring out, boom, right to there, as their sights are now on that objective. Traveling onto my left flank, the TZAANGOR Enlightened over here, we're just going to go 12 inches flying and grabbing onto this little perch right to there. Hello, field officer. We meet again. Alrighty, psychic phase. We're gonna make this nice and simple. The young man, he's gonna go ahead and cast smite, closest target being the flamer. Oh no, we get it off. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Boop, dead. Next target, Tzeentch's Firestorm into your Warlord. Oh, that's a fail. That's all I got. I told you it's pretty simple. We're gonna save dessert for last for the shooting. So we're just gonna come right over here to the TZAANGOR and Lighten. We're gonna fire their bows into the field officer?
Officer, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get him. 4 shots on 3s. Oh, jeez, getting only 1. 3s to wound. Oh, we got him.
5 up armor, 5 up invuln.
Ah! You want to spend a command point? He's gonna go down. He's gonna take an arrow right to the face in his gas mask.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna take it. Boom. TZAANGORs and their pistols into the engineers. On 4s. Oh, that's pretty good. 4s to wound. Oh, getting only 2.
They're in cover, so they are Space Marines this turn with a 3-up save. Oh, they're good.
The TZAANGOR and Lighten with their bows, they went ahead and fired at the MALCADOR. We rolled this off camera because I didn't think anything would happen. But we ended up taking 4 wounds. Gee, oh, it's got 18? Oh my goodness,
Yes.
what a waste. And this is it. This is dessert, the Hell Brew with the las cannons that I love and adore. With the closest target being your Warlord. We're gonna turn him into face. Hitting on 3s. You know what? Spending my last command point. Ah! Okay, I just need 1. Okay. On a 2. Okay, we got him.
5 up invuln save.
Don't you dare. Oh!
So, he's really happy right now. I'm gonna let him roll up his damage, and then I'm gonna sour his mood a little bit.
Oh, you bad boy. For D6. For 2.
For 2. Okay, so it's not as good as it would have been, but so marshals have a special piece of war gear called the momentary. What that allows them to do is whenever they take damage from a shooting weapon that does a random number of attacks, that roll is always considered a 1.
Yeah, I'm really happy I didn't roll a 6, because that would have been double cheese. I would have been upset. But you know what? I'm happy. How many wounds does he have?
He's down to 3.
Okay. I think I can take him. All right, we're gonna go right into the charge phase where the sorcerer is gonna charge your warlord.
Gonna throw a crack grenade. It hits. Wounds on a 3. Wounds.
I have a 4-up save, and I make it. Oh, we're gonna come and we're gonna get you for killing our brother. Oh! TZAANGORs, we're gonna charge, I don't know, both targets? Why not?
Okay. Engineers first. Hitting on 6s. Nothing. D6 shots from the flamer. 4. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds.
5-up invul. Oh, 3 times. Plan. Abort.
And 2 shots from the autocannon. Nothing.
Distance of the charge. Oh no, 3. Well, I'm not making this gap, so we'll just go ahead and tag the Chimera. All right, and I have a long bomb charge, but I'm going for it where my TZAANGOR and Lighten with spears are going after that tarantula. It's an 11-inch charge, but you do have Overwatch.
Hitting on 6s. Nothing.
All right, 11 inches. Here we go. Come on. Nothing. The sorcerer is going up against your warlord. He has 3 attacks base, plus 1 for hateful assault, hitting on 3s. Oh, and 1 more for death of the false emperor. I'll take it. Looking for 2s to wound. Getting 2.
5-up armor. Ooh, making neither.
2 D3 damage apiece. Oh, for a total of 4 wounds.
But
And then you have that memento mori
so
garbage.
Down to 1.
Ah! And then the TZAANGORs charging into the Chimera. We went ahead and rolled them off camera, and lo and behold, nothing happened.
All right, we will jump over to my warlord. He's going to put his power sword into that sorcerer. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All 4 hit. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound at AP -3.
5-up invul. Oh, and I don't make it. He has 3 wounds remaining. Chimera's attacks mounted to nothing. Motap's brother is now engaged with the warlord of the Death Corps of Krieg. Will he be able to take him down now that he's down to 1 wound? Let's go into Death Korps of Krieg, turn number 4 to find out.
Movement.
Stop running away.
These 2 guardsmen just running right over to here. Starting off with the Grenadiers, we're going to do Grenadier stratagem one more time. Try to acid gas bomb these TZAANGOR Exalted. 2 acid gas bombs hitting on 3s. Wounding on a 2+. It does wound.
5 up invul. No, goes through.
D3 damage. 2 damage.
It's enough to kill 1, just have the champion left.
Heavy bolters into the TZAANGOR Exalted, hitting on 4s. Pretty wounding on 3s for 2 wounds.
5 up. Oh, he will die, and the wound will actually, he's just dead. Not H Sigmar. Ha. What am I talking about? He would take a wound. Oh, gaming is just confusing me.
Last one for the road. Vengeance for Cadia on the MALCADOR. So he is going to put 1 heavy bolter into this TZAANGOR Exalted. He's going to put 2 into these TZAANGORs, and then he's going to put everything else into those back TZAANGOR Exalted. Hitting here on 4s, rerolling everything. 2, 3s rerolling. 2 wounds.
5 up. Goes down.
2 heavy bolters into the TZAANGORs. Rerolling. All hit. And wounding on 3s. Rerolling. For 6 wounds.
5 up. Oh, that is not enough. That's another squad wiped.
4 heavy bolters into the TZAANGOR Exalted. With the reroll. Wounding on 3s, rerolling. For that many.
5 up invul. Oh, okay, they may live. I lied. They're also dead. You're killing all my stuff, man!
An order this marshal is going to issue on himself, fix bayonets, so he gets to immediately fight as if it were the fight phase. Hitting on 3s. Ooh, they all hit. And wounding on 5s.
Oh, nothing!
These 2 brave gents are going to charge the TZAANGOR Exalted.
Overwatch on 6s! Oh, okay. And because of the special rules of the TZAANGOR Enlightened, those are just 2 wounds.
5 up saves.
No soup for you! So Josh, that was quite a game that you and I just played. There's actually a couple times where I'm like, oh no, I don't have enough punch and shooting power that I'm actually quite used to. Because I usually take a ton of Rubric Marines.
Yes.
And they can do quite a bit of damage. I usually have a lot more psychic powers as well. So I didn't feel quite prepared. But I actually kind of like this list because I hate TZAANGORs. And they don't feel very Thousand Sunny to me.
Not really, but I mean, in their own field, I mean, they performed really well today. They just, I just feel like, you know, it didn't feel real Thousand Suns until you brought Rubric Marines, so.
Yeah, and I think it went well with the narrative as well.
Yeah.
What were some of the best parts that you liked?
That MALCADOR.
Oh my goodness, especially with Vengeance for Cadia.
Every turn, really big, especially that last turn where it killed 3 units.
Oh my goodness.
Itself.
Yeah, jeez. I mean, sure, the units weren't at full strength except for
Yeah.
maybe some of the TZAANGOR Enlightened.
Yes.
But yeah, you were peeling off wounds, just re-rolling hits, re-rolling the wounds. Oh
It
my
was
God.
crazy.
Oh my goodness. I really liked the kind of the back and forth between the sorcerer, the baby sorcerer, the younger brother, and your warlord, who finally is like, all right, everything's kind of dead now. I can come up and just kind of mop up. That was kind of fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the normal gameplay, the normal list that you'd like to take for Death Korps?
No, so for the narrative, this one I wasn't able to bring some of the stuff I really like Lehman Russ's, obviously. I know that's going to be one of the things people in the comments, I know, you're running guard without Lehman Russ's. It's for the narrative, so future games, you'll see them, and you'll see some much cooler Forge World stuff. So, but this was a lot of fun in and of itself. Really got to see just a little bit of what the Death Korps can do. Got to see their special rules and just little showcase of what they're about.
I really like the CYCLOPSes. Now, unfortunately, the 2 didn't go quite as planned, especially the one that did more damage to you. than it did to me. But that one Cyclops, oh my goodness. I'm like, okay, I'm in a pretty good position here in the middle, and then I totally didn't even, I forgot, and I didn't even see that little guy, who then just drove up and did a ton of damage, killed my TZAANGOR Shaman, killed my Warlord, and then killed a bunch of the TZAANGORs.
Yes.
It was a 60-point model.
Little 60-point model. And that's like one of its biggest strengths is people see it's like really small and they'll forget about it. And they either don't know it's there or they're like, oh, it's not going to do anything. Yeah, there was one game where one of those Cyclops, not here obviously, but when I was playing somewhere else, where it killed 2 Carnifexes, 2 Zoanthropes, and I think a couple Warriors by itself.
Just one guy.
Just one 60-point model.
Wow.
So they have the potential to be very scary, but it's all about it's that random range and
right. The randomness can be very detrimental.
Yeah,
but also can be quite amazing as well.
yes.
Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this bat rep between Josh and I. I think we had a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And tune into some of the more bat reps in this campaign. Who knows what the Death Corps Krieg are going to be going up against in this campaign. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Josh, thank you again.
Very fun game.
And until next time, happy wargaming.